The Treubig Show.
This is the time for pleasant discussion in a thoroughly relaxed mood.
Well, okay, hotshot.
Is it possible for you to shut the up for 10 seconds?
TreubigShow.com.
What's up, everybody? My name is Treubig Show. Hit me up, TreubigShow.com. Phone number 855-873-8244. One to listen to the call. Broadcasting live, TreubigShow.com. Tune in. YouTube. Over the phone. All right. Well, if this whole pandemic has taught us anything, it's to live as independently as possible. Definitely. LA mayor authorized city to shut off power at Hollywood Hills party house. I guess now if you don't comply, they just shut off your power. Get solar panels. I don't know. Get something. While they're enforcing the draconian pandemic rules, not even laws, rules, protests, I wouldn't even call it protests, are setting fires to shit and throwing bombs, and I don't know, there's not a whole bunch of outcry to turn off the lights in the city. Because protesters won't go home. I don't know. It seems like double standards are going on. Although everybody is hypocritical. I guess that's is what it is. Whatever. Let's see what's going on out here in the world. Hello.
Oi, Vic. The Goyim know.
How you doing?
Well, what about you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's on your mind?
Not much, honestly.
Yeah? Well, bring up a topic. And gone.
Yeah.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You sound like you're in a church.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird. Hold on a sec.
It's like he's gone. Hello.
Live radio. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. You either are a streamer or you have a YouTube channel. Am I correct?
Wait, can't you be both?
Or you may have both.
Or could you be neither?
You could be all.
All the above or none of the above? And gone. Hi.
Wakanda forever.
What?
Are you on live radio?
Yes.
Do you not support black
How
people?
did you know?
Wakanda? I don't know. I just took a wild guess real quick.
All right. So what's on your mind?
BLM? What's up?
What's on your mind?
BLM.
All right. What about it?
Do you support
The organization or the cause?
the cause? The cause. The organization.
Oh, you're not for the organization?
Well, we all have different beliefs. We're just trying to understand yours.
Misguided.
Yeah. Maybe.
What is? The organization or the cause?
The organization. Both.
Well, no, the organization knows what they're doing. The cause is misguided.
Yeah. I agree. That's very intellectual.
How so?
Explain. You're the one debating now.
I didn't debate. You asked me a question and I gave you an answer. There was no debate.
No, we're talking about him. All right. Well, we'll transition. We'll transition out of that. What do you you want to talk politics?
Sure. Bring up a topic.
All right.
Birth control.
No. This kid is in. No.
Abortion.
No. I want to. Let's see. What should we talk about? All right. Well, who do you support? Do you support the Democrats or the Republicans a little more?
Now, does somebody have to support one or the other?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Which way do you lean, though? Do you lean anywhere, or you play pretty moderate?
I don't really lean. I don't know what you mean by lean.
Like in your political beliefs, do you lean a little bit more conservative, right wing?
What does it mean to lean?
All right, dude.
Hi. Hello.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you. So what's on your mind? Gone. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh my god, am I on live radio?
Live right now. So what's on your mind?
Not much.
You got a topic? You want to bring up a topic?
Do you like Trump?
Yes, Trump 2020.
Okay, I fucking hate Trump.
Why?
Because he's a homophobic, misogynistic, racist asshole.
What evidence do you have of this?
A lot.
Okay, bring up some evidence.
Okay, let me find what I was just looking at.
All right.
Trump racism.
Is it by Snopes?
What's that?
Good.
What do you want me to look at? New York Times?
Oh, that's terrible. That's a terrible organization.
I know, just horrible.
Yes. They're liars.
They're amazing. The Atlantic?
They're liars too.
Who do you want me to look at? Fox?
Someone who's impartial.
Huffington Post?
What? They're just as horrible.
No, they're not.
Yes.
USA Today?
What?
Vox? Washington Post? Come on, Washington
Vox.
Post.
Washington Post. It's owned by Jeff Bezos. The guy who owns Amazon.
I know who Jeff Bezos is.
Yes.
How about NBC?
NBC.
PBS?
What? Why would you use any of them?
Why? Who do you want?
All of them are opinionated, and it shows in their in what they post.
Okay, but they still have true quotations from Trump. How do you feel about Trump saying
No, I want the words coming right out of Trump's mouth.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Give me a video.
I'll give you a video.
All right.
Actually, how do you feel about him saying that he'll grab women by the pussy? He won't even wait. He'll just do it.
I've said that before.
Oh, so you're just as much of an asshole as he is.
No, it's just locker room talk.
Oh, it's locker room talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
so how many things could we say about you if you were secretly recorded talking to all your other girlfriends?
No, I actually don't objectify other people in demeaning ways.
I highly doubt that.
I know it's really hard to believe, but I actually don't objectify other people.
Listen, I've watched The View before. I know how women talk.
And those are disgusting women.
I know, they're terrible. They represent all women.
No, and you represent all horrible men. But no, I don't believe in tearing other women down and tearing other people down, and I don't believe in objectifying other people.
Then what do you believe in?
I believe in accepting all people for who they are, and except for Trump, and except for people who don't.
See, you're not accepting of all people.
Except for
You're a
people
liar.
Except for people who don't believe in equality.
You're a liar.
Except for people who don't believe in equality.
If you don't accept those people, then you accept nobody.
I don't accept people who don't believe in equality.
So you don't love Trump?
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
It's a shame that you do.
Yeah, it's not.
What about gay people? How do you feel about gay people?
I don't care what they do. I don't care what anyone does. Just leave me the hell alone.
Trans people?
You can do whatever you want. If you want to put your genitalia on your forehead, I don't give a shit. You do whatever you want as long as it does not affect me.
Okay. I like that. So it doesn't bother you that Trump has literally said he will kiss women without even waiting or asking if it's okay.
When did he say that?
He said that when he said, I'll grab them by the pussy. He said, I don't even wait, I just do it.
And you don't think they wanted him to?
You are disgusting to assume that women want him.
I don't know what women you're talking about.
Who would want Donald Trump?
Melania.
Oh my God, she's brainwashed.
So what? Does it affect your life?
Well, if I was talking to Donald Trump,
if he did something wrong, then he would be convicted of a crime.
Yeah, that's why he got tried.
Okay, was he convicted?
No.
Well,
but
then
fucked up.
Then the justice system found him innocent. It is what it is. You weren't there. I wasn't there. So I cannot find him guilty of something that I don't know if he did or not.
So you don't care that he said racist things in the past?
What racist things?
What do you want me to pull up?
Give me a recording of him saying, I hate these people because of blank.
That's not the only form of racism.
What form of racism are you referring to?
Microaggressions are a form of racism.
All right, what quotation is a microaggression to you?
Okay, let's find some.
What triggered you?
What triggered me?
Yes.
You snowflake libtard.
Right.
Yeah. Love that. Well, first of all, he's been sued for not renting to black people 2 times. Twice.
And what happened?
He was sued.
What was the outcome? Anyone can sue anybody for anything. I can sue you for
they won
anything
the case
right now. Did they win or did they settle? Did he settle?
His casino was sued for $200,000 for throwing out black people.
Okay.
You don't care, do you?
Was he there and did he toss them out?
It was his casino.
So?
It is his responsibility.
Was he there and did he throw them out? Okay, so that's not. How do you know?
His responsibility.
All right. Okay. Whatever. I don't. That's not true.
He said, "I don't want to."
So the owners of Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and Burger King, they have many franchises that use their name that they own, that their shareholders own. So everything that happens in every single restaurant, let's say McDonald's, for example, the shareholders of McDonald's are responsible for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrible thought process.
How about he said they don't look like Indians to me, talking about Native Americans.
Recording. Where's the recording?
I don't have an audio recording of it.
Okay, well
but
then it didn't happen.
You still don't care that he said he'll grab women by the pussy.
Locker room talk.
Asshole talk. Degrading women talk. Misogynistic talk is what it is.
And you've never said anything degrading ever in your life.
Not like that.
That's not an answer.
Not like that.
That's
I
not
would
an answer.
Never, ever
That's
joke
not an
about
answer.
sexually assaulting someone.
It's not an answer.
Yes,
Not
it is.
like that is not an answer.
I'm sure I have said things that would offend people.
Right. We all have.
But I would never joke about sexually assaulting someone because that is fucked up and not okay.
That's your opinion.
Oh, so you think sexual assault jokes are okay?
Racist jokes, okay?
No.
See, you're just an offended snowflake.
And you have no opinion on racist jokes because you are a white man. So
why
you don't
why
get to
don't
decide
I have an
what's offensive
opinion?
to other races. You don't get to decide what's offensive to other races.
That's racist. You
No,
just
it's not.
said a racist comment.
That's not
No,
racist.
because and
You can't be
sexist
racist
too.
to the oppressor.
That
You
is
can't be
racist
to the oppressor.
and
You
sexist.
can't be racist to the oppressor.
It doesn't-
You can't be racist to the oppressor. You can't be racist to the oppressor.
I've never oppressed anybody.
White people are, in fact, the people in power, therefore the oppressor. As a white person, you cannot experience racism.
Right, you have very flawed thinking because I've never
have a very
been
flawed
I've never
brain.
been in power, and there are black people in power. Barack Obama was in power.
Yes, he was. Wonderful man.
There you go. So your thinking is very flawed. He was
No,
in power.
Your brain is very flawed.
Oh,
Just because
okay.
one black man is flawed, it means that the systematic racism in our country is built around white people having more power than black people. As a white person, you will never experience systematic racism that people like even Barack Obama have had to experience.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Why is that racist?
It's absolutely racist because
Tell me why
you're
it is.
looking at my race and assuming that I've had.
It's not racist. You can't be racist to the oppressor. You can't be racist to the oppressor. You can't be racist to the oppressor.
Oh, you're brainwashed.
No, you are.
I've never oppressed
Little
anybody.
trumpet.
I've never oppressed anybody.
Oh, yeah?
Never.
By supporting Trump, you are actively oppressing people.
Who says I supported Trump?
Do you support Trump?
Oh, you never asked the question. You just assumed.
Do you?
You assumed. Oh, do I?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
I asked
you've
you
assumed everything else about me
I
so
asked
far.
at the beginning of this, do you like Trump? And you said yes.
When did I say that?
At the very beginning, because it says you both like Trump. So I asked you, and you said yes. So yeah, you do support Trump. And by supporting
Oh, so
Trump,
did I vote for Trump?
it doesn't matter. You support him.
Oh, how would I support him by not by voting for him?
Because I asked you if you supported him. And
Yeah,
you
but
said
what actions have I taken
I asked
to
you if you
support
supported
Trump?
him. And you said yes. I don't know, but I asked if
Okay.
you supported him. You said
Yeah, but
yes.
you didn't say how.
By being on a live radio show and saying that his actions are okay in demeaning women and being racist and being a complete asshole.
Yeah, but
bigot.
you're the racist here in this
Oh, I'm
conversation.
racist, but you
Yes.
can't be racist to the oppressor.
You are.
can't be racist to the
Okay,
oppressor.
you're
You can't
sexist
be racist to the oppressor. Why am I sexist?
because you looked at me as a male and automatically
because
assumed
you're a
I had privilege, right?
You do.
Yeah, exactly. That's sexist.
That's not sexist.
Yes, it is.
It's a fact.
It's sexist. To look at
Okay.
someone's race, racism and sexism, there
You
is
give
no
me one
privilege to
colorblind.
either of them. It's
Yes,
looking
there
at
are.
somebody's. No, there's not. Where in the definition does it say that racism is someone discriminating by the color of someone's skin unless they are white? There's no unless in the definition of racism.
One that is a minority or marginalized. White people are not a marginalized minority.
That's what word did you put in there?
Racism.
Where?
The Merriam-Webster dictionary. It's a marginalized group. That's what racism is.
Racism is discriminating against someone's race.
That's not what the dictionary definition says.
Okay, who made up that definition?
I don't know.
Well, you should look at your sources. Man,
I'm not
you're
personally
dumb.
friends with Merriam-Webster, but it is the dictionary that most people go by.
So just because most people go by something, you're going to follow? You're a follower. You're not a leader.
No, but I trust that source because it is a very trustworthy source.
Racist. A person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races or who believes that a particular race is superior to another. You are racist.
I don't believe that races are superior to another.
Yes, you do. You just told me that I'm white, so therefore I'm more superior than other races. You are racist.
No, I'm saying that in the systematic racism of our country, that is true.
Just admit that you're racist.
Just admit that you're a fucking asshole. You literally are so privileged. You're blinded to the fact that you live in a society where you will always have the upper hand.
And just by looking at the color of my skin, you've assumed that I've lived a life that had an upper hand.
Yes! It doesn't fucking
It's
matter.
an assumption.
It doesn't matter if you were born with no money. It doesn't matter. You will always have the upper hand because you are a white man.
And that thinking makes you a racist piece of trash.
No, it doesn't. It makes
Yes,
me
it
aware
does.
of what's going on around me. It makes me aware of my own privilege as a white woman.
You sound like all the hens on The View right now.
You sound like a stupid piece of shit. I will always be aware of my white privilege, and I will always feel for black people who have been degraded their entire lives in a way that I'll never be able to understand, and you will never be able to understand the way that I have been degraded as a woman. And you are blind.
And you will never understand the way that I've been treated as a man by women.
Oh, how?
Oh, sorry.
How?
You sexist racist.
How?
That's what you are. You just
How were you
admit it.
treated by women? Tell me how women mistreated
Oh,
you.
yeah? You don't think women have called the police on me?
Why?
Because I was in my garage.
Why?
A woman accused me of stealing things out of my garage. That's sexist.
She didn't do it because you were a man.
Yes, she did.
Why?
She said that there's a strange man in this garage.
She's describing.
I own the garage.
She didn't call the police because she's.
Yes, she did. That was sexist. Absolutely, it was.
She didn't call the police because you're a man.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
How can you assume that?
Because that's what she said, you dumb bitch.
Okay, well, if a woman was breaking into someone's garage, I would say there's a woman breaking into someone's garage. If there was a man, I'd say there's a man breaking into someone's garage. I'm giving the police a description of who is there so that they can understand who they're looking for as a suspect.
And then if I were to just do that, if I were to say there's some black guy in my garage right now, or in a garage right now, and I think he's stealing things and it ends up being his garage, he would be on the news saying it was because I was black.
That's because a lot of the time people do make assumptions based on people's skin color.
See,
especially when they're black.
Right, you're a racist. You are a racist. You're making excuses for one race at the expense of another. That is racism. You looked at me by my race and by my sex, and you automatically assumed that I lived a life of luxury and that I don't get discriminated against.
I never said that you lived a life of luxury. I said you lived a life of privilege.
That doesn't exist.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
It doesn't exist.
Go fuck yourself. It's so easy for you to say that because you have the privilege. Say that.
You have
to
a
black
mental disease.
Say that.
You have a mental disease.
I do.
Yes, you have a clinic. I would assume if you went to a psychologist, they would diagnose you with a clinical illness. Just go to a doctor.
Now diagnosing people,
yes.
We are underestimating mental health issues, and we are.
Yes, you have a mental health issue.
Thank you for assuming mental health.
I think that you should be checked out. I really do.
I have been checked out. I actually have a therapist. She's wonderful.
Oh well. Oh, you have a therapist?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks.
Why?
So you do have a mental disorder. This makes sense now.
I am depressed, and it's none of your fucking business.
Well, now I know. Now the answer comes out.
You do know.
Yes.
Why?
I get it now.
Why would me being depressed?
I understand now why you're racist.
Why would me being depressed affect that? Why would me being depressed affect that?
Well, because you have a mental disorder.
That's like saying, okay, you have cancer. Why is it hard for you to hop on one foot? Not being able to hop on one foot is not a side effect of cancer.
No, it's
racist isn't a side effect of depression.
Cancer is a physical illness. It's not a mental illness. So that's a bit different. A mental illness would be like someone who has severe ADHD and can't read a 1,000-page novel, or has a very difficult time doing so. That would be, so you have a very difficult time with reason and with facts and logic because of your mental disability.
Give me some facts then.
All right, fact number 1. You've discriminated against me because of my skin and my sex, and that makes you a racist and a sexist.
I didn't discriminate against you.
Yes, you did.
When did I discriminate against you? I said that you had privilege. That's not discrimination.
Yeah, and where has this privilege helped me?
It has helped you in getting jobs, in going to school, in being favored being favored by people. It has helped you throughout your entire life in ways you don't even realize because you are so blind to it.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. You believe it. So everything that you've said so far since we've started talking has been a belief system that you subscribe to. It's not based on fact or logic.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Why are innocent black people being killed by the police? Why are women being discriminated against by men?
Why are white people being killed by the police?
Why is an unproportionate amount of black people being killed by the police?
Where?
Everywhere?
That's not an answer.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. More white people have been killed by police than black people.
Why were more unjust deaths created?
That's not true.
They were unjust.
That's not true.
Yes, they were.
It is not true.
Breonna Taylor?
That is one... So you're going to bring up one isolated case.
You think her death was just?
That was not, no.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Good.
But there's also a white guy that was crawling on his hands and knees in a hotel and got shot.
That's not okay either.
Many times.
Why do you only seem to care that white people are killed by the police when people finally start?
It's because of your failed logic.
Why do you only care about white people?
Because you have a belief that it's hunting season on a specific race of people, which is not true.
It is. Black
it's
people
not.
are discriminated against.
It's not.
Then explain slavery.
So,
segregation.
Oh, so that's happening right now?
It doesn't fucking matter if it's happening right now.
Oh, that's happening right now.
It happened and it is engraved into our society.
Yeah,
our society is founded upon racism. And you can't do it because you are a privileged white man.
And that's all you're blinded by all of the unjust stuff that has happened in history in the United States to not recognize that many, many unjust things have happened and are happening to white people today.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Not because they're white, though.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Look at Africa. White people are being killed because they're white.
I'm talking about America, specifically.
It does not matter.
I think it does, actually.
No, it does not.
The political climate in America...
You're so blinded by what's going on in the world. It's so amazing.
You can't compare the political climate in America to the political climate in Africa.
Racism's racism. It doesn't matter what the political climate is. It does not matter.
Name 5 countries.
It does not matter what the No, I don't take orders from some racist, bigoted, sexist bitch off of the internet.
What the fuck did you just call me?
Yeah, you cunt.
Do you realize that words like that are inherently
I don't really care.
I can tell.
I don't care.
You're sexist.
Well, see, this is the problem. I don't care. You're offended, but I'm not. So it really doesn't matter to me.
Well, you should care when other people are offended.
I don't. I really don't. No. No.
And that proves that you are a fucking asshole.
All right. I don't care. You do. That's actually a big problem.
I actually really do care about other people a lot.
Well,
I do. I really care about their
then
feelings.
stop being racist.
I'm not being fucking racist.
You are
ignorant
racist.
shit. And the fact that you are willing to call a woman a bitch and a cunt in these inherently misogynistic
Wait,
words.
hold on. Stop. Hold on. No, you shut up, because you called me a bunch of names.
Not
Yes,
ones
you
that are
did.
inherently
I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. A name is a name. It does not matter.
Yes, it does.
Doesn't
Yes,
it
it
matter? No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. If you had called me an asshole, I wouldn't care. But the fact
That's your opinion.
Can you listen?
See, because it's a double standard. You've called me names throughout this entire thing.
Can you listen? Can you listen to me for 5 seconds?
Why? How am I supposed to know what you like and what you don't like to be called?
Because
it's your intent behind the words was to offend me. How do you know that I wasn't just as offended by you calling me the names that you called me, and
Can you listen?
as you were by the names that I called you?
Because my words weren't inherently discriminatory against men. Your words, bitch and cunt, have been used for centuries to degrade women. And the fact that you are willing to use them against a young woman is disgusting.
Well, you just used them.
Yes, I did, but not towards anyone.
Oh, so that it matters.
You use them to
So your
degrade-
feelings matter a lot more.
You used them to degrade me. I didn't use them to degrade
Yeah, but you
anyone.
used words to degrade me, and it's the intent that matters.
Yes, I did,
It's
but
not
they
the
weren't
mechanism.
discriminatory towards your race or sexual orientation.
You absolutely are. You absolutely are sexist. You've assumed things because of my sex and my race.
You are privileged.
No, because you just don't understand how racist you are.
You just don't understand how much of a fucking dumbass you are.
See, you just used words.
I did.
It's the intent that matters. It's not the mechanism or the word
That's not
used.
true.
Absolutely
That's not
it is.
true.
Absolutely it is.
So if you say the N word, it's the intent that matters.
I could say a lot of words that would describe the N word, and it would mean the same thing, but it wouldn't actually be the N word. The intent would be the same.
But you think saying the N word is okay then?
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it actually fucking does.
It does not. It's just a word.
Okay. Do you think it's okay?
This is the problem with society today, is
You
that
think it's
everyone's
okay to say
fucking
that?
offended by
You think it's okay to say
words.
that?
Why are
Oh,
you
so you think
offended
it's
by
okay.
words? I'm so curious. Why?
I'm offended by what that word symbolizes. I'm offended that you, a white man, would ever think it's okay for someone who's white to say the N-word, a word that has been used to degrade black people for centuries. You think you are so blind to your privilege and you're willing to use a word to degrade black people.
Yeah, Slayer says that she's going to make someone a terrible wife. Absolutely. People are commenting on what you're saying.
I'm very glad they are. But
she is one of the most racist people we've ever interviewed. All right. I agree.
You are all unbelievable. But I will be a wonderful wife one day.
I highly doubt that.
You will not do the cooking or the fucking cleaning.
That's the problem.
Oh, you just want women to stay in the kitchen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now make me a sandwich.
Go fuck yourself.
See? Terrible wife.
No, actually, I'm a self-sufficient wife who doesn't make sandwiches for people.
I will make a prediction, and you'll remember this for the rest of your life, that you are, if you ever get married, you will get divorced. The guy will divorce you just as fast as he married you.
I've been with someone for 2 years now.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. You should give him this recording.
I will, and he'll be like, "I am so proud of you for standing up to that."
Yeah, right. He'll never. No, you're gonna censor the shit out of this and only show him certain parts of it. Yeah, you will.
I'm proud of everything I've said.
No, if you listen to this back, you'll be like, "Wow, I am racist." I think that if you listen to this tape, you will be convinced that you were the racist.
I can't deal with your ignorance.
All right, well then skip.
You're entertaining.
I mean, that's your. All of this is your opinion.
And me being racist and sexist is your opinion, but you seem to feel pretty strong.
It's not, because I have pretty strong evidence to support that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just based on what you said.
How do you feel about Black Lives Matter, though?
The organization or the cause?
The cause.
It's misguided.
How do you feel about All Lives Matter, then?
I never said that. But
How do you feel about it?
about All Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Is it an organization?
No, but how do you feel about it?
Is it a cause? Is it a group?
It's a cause.
Oh yeah? Where's the cause? Because I haven't seen like
Okay, Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. Pick one.
Yeah, but you're not answering the question. The question was, where is the cause of All Lives Matter?
The cause of All Lives Matter is to undermine the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, where is that organized?
On the internet? I don't know. I'm not part of that.
Okay, well then you're speaking about things you don't know about, which further displays your ignorance.
How do you feel about All Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter? Oh my god, my boyfriend's calling me. Should I let him join?
Oh yeah, sure, why not?
Hi boyfriend, I'm on Omegle with this guy who's calling me a racist, sexist asshole. And he said that if I ever get married, they'll divorce me because I'll be a horrible wife. And he says that I should stay in the kitchen and make a sandwich.
That's not true. She's kind of bad.
I know. I love you.
Well, see, you didn't tell the truth, because I'm not the one that said you'll make someone a terrible wife. It was someone else on the internet. So you've already started out with a lie.
Okay. Well, what else do you want to say to me?
No, you bring up a topic.
Tell me why. I said that
I'm not taking the bait. Why don't you explain? Go ahead and explain.
He's a white man, that he is inherently privileged, and he doesn't believe in privilege. So you don't believe in discrimination, right?
you just don't see how looking at my race and my sex is actually, and then assuming things about it is actually racist.
You can't be racist to the oppressor.
Yeah, who have I oppressed?
You personally have not oppressed anyone, but as a white person.
See, you're assuming things about my race. About I'm white, so therefore I've had an easy life.
No, I'm not saying you've had an easy life. I'm saying you have privilege.
It doesn't exist.
It's so easy for a white man to say that.
Well, it's so easy for you to be racist, so I don't know where we're at here.
Why is that racist? Explain to me why.
Because you're looking at my race and automatically assuming things about it.
No, I'm assuming that you have privilege because you are privileged inherently because you are a white man.
And that's racist.
No, because society favors white men.
Yeah, where in society is that favored?
Literally, our country is built by white men that have always had power, that have told women to stay in the kitchen, that have told black people to be slaves. Our entire society is built upon white men having power.
Okay, and there's no black men in power?
There are black men in power.
What about women?
There are women in power.
Okay, so what you bitching about?
Just because one woman or one black person is in power doesn't mean that there isn't still systematic racism and systematic misogyny within our society.
Well, that's a belief. Where is the evidence?
Of systematic racism
yes,
and misogyny?
where is the evidence?
You.
Yeah, I have not oppressed anybody.
People like
I'm not racist, so that's.
I'm not racist. That is.
Yes, you are.
That a lot of racist people say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, I guarantee I've helped more people of different races than you ever will.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely, it does.
That's like saying I have a black friend. I'm not racist.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely not.
It is.
No, because if I just had a black friend, then that would mean I've done nothing for anybody. It's just because I have a friend that's black that makes me not racist.
How do you know that?
I just know that you haven't. It's very clear by the conversation that we've had.
Oh, so
you've done nothing.
Ever
at all, actually.
You're making judgments about me?
Yes, based on what you've said.
That's kind of sexist.
No, it's not. It's based on what you said.
I'm a woman. You're making judgments about me that I haven't done anything because I'm a woman. Oh my god, you're so sexist.
Not too bad.
You can say whatever you want and you can take it however you want. It doesn't really matter to me.
You have no idea what I've done for the Black Lives Matter movement or for other races. Okay.
Okay, back. See you in a second.
I love you. Bye. You have no idea what I've
Yeah,
done.
he's totally gonna divorce you if you guys ever get married. I can tell. He hung up the
You
phone.
don't think that's a mean thing to say?
No, the truth hurts, so it is what it is.
You are a jerk.
Well, don't cry.
I'm not crying.
It sounds like it.
I would never cry over a man like you. A boy. Sorry.
So where are we at here? I think we've concluded with you're racist.
Can
and
I say
sexist.
something before I leave?
Why are you leaving?
Oh, should I say?
I mean, were you gonna run?
What are your little trumpets saying about me?
Die.
Die. Ooh,
Yeah.
I should have killed myself that time. Should have done it.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't.
Well, good. I'm glad that you didn't.
You're glad that I didn't?
Yeah.
Wow. Surprising.
Just don't vote. That's the only thing I ask.
I will. I'll vote a lot.
Yeah.
All the time.
What? That's fraud.
Why?
You can't vote more than once in an
I
election
will vote every single time I'm able to. Legally.
legally with your voter
No.
ID.
What?
With your voter ID, you're gonna go there with your identification and show your ID to vote.
Sure.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I think it should be required to vote. Do you?
Yes. Well, I don't think that I'm educated enough to answer.
Oh. Clearly.
I'm not educated enough on that topic to answer, so
That's
I'm not
apparent.
you're an ass. What's your education? Where'd you go to college?
Have you been to college?
I don't know.
I did go to college. Did you go to
Where?
college?
Where?
Did you go to college?
I'm not telling you anything.
Oh, well then, I'm not telling you anything.
Okay, well, cool. I heard this quote the other day, and it really reminds me of you.
Was it by Trump?
No, fuck Trump. But all of his
Was it
racist...
Joe Biden?
No.
Oh, he said a bunch of racist things too.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. You voting for Biden?
Yes.
That's a shame. You're voting
Settle.
for a racist.
You're voting for a racist by voting for Trump and a misogynist and a homophobe and someone who sexually assaulted multiple women.
Wow.
But
Joke's
this
on
quote-
you because I don't vote. I've never voted. So,
Oh my god, you're terrifying.
so joke's on you. I didn't vote
That's
for Trump.
Terrifying. That's terrifying.
Why?
Because it is literally your civil duty to vote.
No, it's not.
You're like, nah.
It means I have the right to vote. Doesn't mean I have to vote.
You should.
Yeah, well, doing things and required to do things are two different things.
So much. It's crazy that you don't vote.
No, why would I give someone who I don't believe in my vote?
You said you support Trump?
I never voted for him. Nor will
why?
I. Well, nor will I in November.
Why? You said you support him.
Because I don't vote.
Why? You said you're not going to vote unless you support them. Why won't you vote for Trump if you support
I
him?
don't support anyone who doesn't believe in freedom and liberty and actually does that in practice. And none of them do. So I don't vote.
But you said you support Trump.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay, so you lied. You started out our conversation by lying.
Well, you assumed a lot of things because I said I do. Now, do I want Trump to win over Biden? Absolutely, because Biden's trash. But am I going to vote for Trump? No, because he doesn't fall in line with what I
Well, if
believe.
you want Trump to win, then why wouldn't you vote for him to help towards that?
Because
Why do you think you're so-
my vote is sacred, and people who don't fall in line with
Why do you think
freedom
you're so
and liberty.
The vote is not that special.
Yeah, your vote is special too.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm literally one out of so many people.
Doesn't
And my
matter.
vote is such a-
If everyone thought that their vote was special, and that they should only give it.
No one would fucking vote, and our country would go to shit because democracy relies on people voting.
Yeah, well, we're not a democracy.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
What are we?
Constitutional republic. So, do you know the Pledge of Allegiance?
Nope.
Oh, you've never said the Pledge of Allegiance?
I've said it when I was in grade school.
Right.
But...
So, it goes, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
It's a democratic republic.
No, it's not. It's a constitutional republic.
I just looked it up.
And to the republic for which it stands. Yeah. What source? See, you use a lot of sources that are not true or that are biased.
Okay, what source would you choose? Choose one.
Why don't you use the founders of this country? They wrote about it. They wrote.
The Constitution.
Yes, they wrote. Okay. They wrote the Constitution, and they considered it.
Name one modern news source that you would trust.
None. Nobody reports objectively, non-biased, to just the facts to allow people to make up their opinion. You always have to read around the bullshit from one side to the other to try to get a little bit of fact.
You don't have the ability to do that?
It's not right. It's not journalism.
Yeah, but shouldn't you be able to read around the bullshit?
But this is the problem, is that they say it in a way, each of them say it in a way to make their point the one that is correct. You can take anything and form it in a way that it would support your belief. That's the problem. And people believe things that are a belief, which are not true. And that's where we have a lot of this, the issues we have today with everyone fighting each other. If everyone would leave each other alone and you do your thing, I do my thing, we'd be a lot better off than people trying to force other people to do things that they don't want to do.
Well, why are you fighting me, calling me a sexist, racist?
Because you are. Because that's what you're doing.
I thought you didn't want to fight.
Because that's what you're doing.
I thought you didn't want to fight.
I'm not going to agree with you. Because you chose my sex and my race. Mm-hmm. You chose that to
and you're privileged because of it.
Right, and that's racist and that's sexist. Absolutely, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
White
it is.
privilege exists. Male privilege
exists. It does not. No, it doesn't. Exists. No, it doesn't. And men don't get paid more than women.
Yes, they do.
I work with women who get paid more than me.
So there's literally a wage gap.
Oh, there you go. It's not true.
There's one example where it doesn't fall into stereotype.
It's not
doesn't
true.
Mean that overall.
There is no wage gap. That's a belief. You believe that.
The statistics
and that's fine.
Say that women get paid
which one? Which statistics? You're gonna use the first thing that pops up on Google.
I'm fucking not.
You actually do some research into it, and it's not true. Why don't you look at Thomas Sowell? He's a great American. Thomas Sowell has done all this research over the years.
White women are paid 79 cents for each dollar white men are paid.
Yeah, that's
Black
not
true.
Are
paid 62 cents for every dollar. Get me fat.
Not for the same work and for the same
because
experience.
Women get the same work because they aren't taken seriously.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
How do you know?
No employer cares. I'll say 98% of employers don't care about race or sex when it comes to getting the job done. It is true.
Find me the statistic. Find it.
It is true.
Find it.
I'll tell you something. I do hiring. I don't give a shit what the race or the sex
person.
is. So I'm the only person in the United States that doesn't care.
You can't make a generalization for 98%.
Yeah, everywhere that I've ever worked, no one gave a shit. We want people to work. We don't care where you come from.
Generalization. Okay, where are you employing?
I've worked for an Iranian who actually came from Iran. I don't care. Who cares? Okay. You don't care. Nobody cares.
Okay. Where are you employing though?
No one cares who you are, where you come from.
Where do you work?
If you're a woman, if you're white, if you're black, if you're American or not, no one gives a shit.
That's not true.
It is true. No one cares.
Yeah, when you're a white man.
When it comes to money, no one cares. All people care about who own businesses is their bank account and how much money's in it.
Let me guess. You're hiring in retail.
Absolutely not. Why would I work in retail?
Or like fast food or something.
It's a terrible job. That's a job for teenagers. That's not a career.
Where do you work?
Manufacturing.
Oh, so another job where it's just you have to have people, but you don't care about how they actually think. So they're just your little minions that you have running around, but they don't actually think.
No, because I worked with skilled people. I don't work with people who aren't skilled. So that's another assumption that you just had.
But for really high paying jobs, such as businesswomen in New York City, it's much harder to be a businesswoman in New York City than it is to be a businessman in New York City because of prejudice held by many people.
Oh, well, that doesn't happen.
Give me evidence.
There's plenty of evidence.
That it doesn't happen?
Yeah, why don't you look up Thomas Sowell? He laid it all out for you.
Send me a link.
Okay, Thomas, THOMAS, SOWELL, Sowell. Thomas Sowell. He has years and years and years and years of. He was a great thinker, a terrific thinker. He grew up as a Marxist, and then realized, wow, that's not all it's cracked up to be. So he figured it out in education, and it's quite interesting what he came up with. Huh?
You're saying he isn't biased?
Oh, he could be.
He's a conservative.
He could be biased.
He's a hardcore conservative.
Okay.
Of course he will be biased.
Okay. He could be. But the information doesn't lie, though. He lays out the information. It's quite interesting.
The wage gap doesn't lie either.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, things aren't always as they seem.
It's true, though. There's a wage gap.
Things are not always as they seem.
It's facts. It's cold, hard facts. It's data.
Yeah. Who gathered the data?
Literally like the census, dude.
Oh, the census? The census gathers the data?
Yes.
Yeah? And do they compile the data?
I don't know.
Well, then why are you even talking about it?
Because multiple reputable institutions have cited the wage gap. And the fact that you are unwilling to see your privilege is unbelievable. I'm going to leave now, but can I give you a quote before I leave?
I mean, you do whatever you want. I really don't give a shit.
Okay. Well, I was reading The Week last week.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, terrible. Those liberal institutions. But I was reading The Week, and there was a quote in it that said, it's really hard to win an argument with someone who's really smart. But it is near impossible to win an argument with someone who's an idiot. And that really...
I feel like that right now. Yeah.
That really
the idiot on the other side of the screen is really painfully... Oh my god. That was painful to endure. It's quite funny because of the assumptions that are made. I mean, all of that is a belief. Like, it's just a belief system. That everything that she said is a belief system. That was very entertaining. The entire thing is nothing but a belief system. She believes that something exists, and therefore it does exist. And then she talks about the wage gap, and I'm like, who compiles the data? I gave her an actual person, Thomas Sowell. And she's like, he's conservative. It's like, yeah, but I gave you a person. I didn't give you an institution. I didn't say the dictionary. All right, who is the dictionary? Who wrote that? Let's see. She typed in racism. I want to know. Racism. Prejudice, discrimination. or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular race or racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. That's racism. Ism.
Racism.
There you go. But racist is a person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races, or who believes that a particular race is superior to another.
Racist.
That would be a racist. Racist seems to be different than racism, according to the definitions just right here in Google. I don't know where they got there from. I assume definitions from Oxford Languages for both of them. So how racist and racism are different is very interesting. She decided to go with racism. And then I looked up racist. And racist aligned along the lines of how she was talking at what she thinks more so than, I guess, racism. And that's very interesting how the definitions between the two are a bit different. One targets just minority and marginalized groups, and the other one does not. Marginalized. Treated as insignificant. There you go. Treated as insignificant. So, the way that she was describing white men is marginalized. So, therefore, it could fit right into racism. Because it said typically one that is a minority, or it put the or in there, marginalized. It didn't say and it didn't say that. It said or in the word racism. The definition of racism. This is the thing. To end it, I do wish her well. Her mental disability has taken over her life, in that she believes that a lot of this has happened. Now, she believes in the systemic racism, which is just not true. So there are isolated incidents of people who discriminate against race, and I think I said that in there. When she brought up Breonna Taylor, it said, yes, I don't agree with that. That was a bad thing, but we've already gone over this. It was misinformation to the SWAT team, and then when they went in with good intent, but it ended up being the wrong house and all of that, and that's wrong. I mean, we've been through who should be responsible for that, not necessarily the police officers, because they didn't know. They thought they were doing a good thing, but it would go down the line, and it may not be criminal, but someone may lose their job over it, someone who is the superior in that instance, because that mistake was made that resulted in death. So we understand, I understand that that was not a good thing. That was a very bad mistake that cost someone's life, and when we do that, we get in trouble for that. So I do believe someone needs to be held accountable for that, whether it's criminally or not, I'm not sure. But in any other event, there are other instances where white people have endured the same thing. And then when I brought that up, obviously she didn't really care about that. She thought I was diminishing the other side. And that's all I was trying to say, is that she picked one side and completely she's blind to the fact that she's prejudiced against the other side, because there has been a history of racism, of oppression towards black people from white people. It's just that it's not happening today. And she said just because it has happened That's all that matters. And it's a terrible way of thinking. That means that you can never right a wrong. And it's not even a wrong that I'm responsible for. I'm not responsible for the wrong. I don't think that I've gotten a job or lost a job or any of that based on race. I've gotten turned down for jobs. It is what it is. That's one thing I don't understand is that if someone doesn't want you around, then why would you want to go there? I know when I'm not wanted places, and I remove myself from the place and just, say, screw you, I don't give a shit, and I'm out. So, that's the thing. It's, that's the thing about freedom and liberty, is that we're not held back by the government. We should not be held back by government. So if there's one restaurant in town and the owner of that restaurant's a racist, well, the government's not holding you back. You can open up a restaurant to compete with that one. I mean, I would probably go to that restaurant because I really don't like people discriminating. It's really something I despise, discrimination of that sort. But I'm not going to be one that says that white men cannot be discriminated against. Because it's not true. Anyone can be discriminated against. Anyone's sex or race could be discriminated against. Anybody's. And the argument I was trying to convey is that anyone can, but she was blinded by a belief that white men can't. And that's a problem. That makes her a racist and a sexist in their own definition. Now, frankly, I don't care. Like, if she was involved in hiring and she didn't hire me because I was a white man, I really wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't sue. I wouldn't complain. I would go somewhere else. I wouldn't care. There's plenty of places that will hire anyone of any race, of any background, of any sex, and I don't give a shit. It is what it is. If you're not wanted, leave. 855-873-8244, TrueBigShow.com. I do have to get out of here. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Hit up TrueBigShow.com. There's a chat room. And have a good day. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later. I'm out. Peace.
The True Big Show. TrueBigShow.com.
The True Big Show.
So what's the point?
The point of what?
Are you making a point?
A point about what? You said, what's the point? That would imply... Are you saying, what's the point of what I'm saying?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, you're asking me. You're responding with a question.
You're asking me. You're using too many pronouns, man.
No, I'm asking you, what's the point?
When you say what, the point to what?
I'm asking you, what's the point?
I know.
And you're
totally
responding with a question.
I totally understand what your point is. I heard the sentence. I'm saying, please please explain what you mean by these words.
I want you to
elaborate.
I want you to expand on what you were saying.
Of what?
I want you to expand on what you're saying.
About what? Specifically what? We're talking about a lot of things.
Well, now I can't remember because you asked so many questions.